The following is a presentation of the Nerd Complex Podcast Network.
You are listening to Audio Suplex Live. Almost caught me.
Oh yeah. I was wondering why you looked a little different already. Yeah, because I could see your eyes. You guys don't get to see that, so this is like Rey Mysterio without the mask. We got those pictures. You don't.
I made sure I send you all copies of the pictures.
Oh yes, please do.
You have them.
I want to look dead in your eyes.
Welcome to Audio Suplex Live, episode 53.
Hey! And without the argument of what episode it actually is right now, because we're without Travis today.
Yeah, Travis isn't here. We've got a fine replacement for Travis. We got the one, the only
Tristan! Yay! What up?
There's Tristan. LT on the show here with BT. And then we have our special guest here this week, Big Fish Rembowski.
Oh, I thought it was Joe.
Joe's always here.
Oh, true.
Joe's here. I mean, he is a special guest, but he's
no, I'm not taking anything away from him. He's actually, I missed out on the show that you were on and was like hands down like one of the best shows we ever had. So welcome back.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah. Glad to be back.
Hey.
Hip, 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 hooray. Normally we have a guest. We try to talk about the guest. We've already kind of talked about you enough, I think. Probably more than enough.
He's got some stories, though. He's got plenty.
Yeah, man.
And we can sprinkle that in.
I know we didn't get into all of it.
We can sprinkle that in, especially since this card's kind of meh. We'll see.
Not to take anything away from Survivor Series, but we are all going to survive this one, so we just got to keep on trucking. Now, before we get in, I mean, Takeover?
Yes.
Thoughts on Takeover? I mean, we could blow through that really quick. Yes. Velveteen Dream over, as in the dream is not over, is very much alive, but Dream was way over.
He was
that
over.
entire time. I had goosebumps.
It was
the
good.
Future.
Yes.
Dude is the future.
Oh my goodness.
I hope that
Call him up. Call him not now, like post Mania.
Yeah, post Mania. Give him something to do.
2019 is his year.
Strap him to the moon.
I hope they don't.
He's on the rocket all the way there. He's on the way over there to the moon. What's that?
Much. I hope they don't no way Jose him.
Oh yeah, R.I.P. No way.
I don't
Jose.
think his personality will let that happen.
Do we have a in memoriam for No Way Jose?
Who?
Perhaps not Jorge.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah, no, you're right though. His personality won't.
I don't think so. He's like rock level. Like he'll be able to figure it out, even if they do something stupid with him.
And that was rock level performance too.
Yeah,
that was
fantastic.
A solid match from beginning to end. That entire show.
Maybe he'll do a rock impersonation soon. That would be fun.
You think he would get like a cease and desist? Do you think he's doing anybody like any favors? Like all the Hulk Hogan references that he did, because he did.
It was good. It was entertaining.
Hulkamania, and then he did Hollywood.
He's done Prince Puma. Mm-hmm. Well, he did Hogan with Prince Puma. It was like a crossover.
Yeah.
And then he's done Rick Rude.
Yep.
Did he do Macho Man?
Well, he's got his elbow.
Not officially, yeah. He does that. That is a crispy ass elbow too. Love that elbow. So good. That
it's
one
a very
to
Macho
the apron
Man
too. And then he missed. I was like, it's good sell. Good sell.
Well, I was even seeing like when Tommaso was hanging over the rope. I'm like, oh man, he rolled and fell purposely. I'm like, this is gonna look sweet, and then he rolled out of the way, and I'm like, oh, he got me.
Yeah,
I was hype.
Such a good match.
That was a really good match.
I think that was match of the night.
That was what I was most looking forward to on the entire card. I think just because I'm a big Velveteen
fan. I
fan.
actually went into Takeover not really hype on it, but once it really got started, I was like, okay.
It's a takeover though, so you gotta.
But like the build up to it was a little weird for me because it's War Games and I couldn't get invested. Like last year's was 3 different teams, championships on the line made sense. This wasn't a championship match. Like what was really on the line outside of bragging rights, really, So it really
their
didn't do anything.
Were on the line.
They were all over the place. Oh, man. Shouts out to Rowan during that match, too.
He's a monster.
That dude did a springboard, like hand spring, like the back elbow thing.
Oh, it's Hanson.
Hanson. I'm sorry. I did say wrong. That's so good, though. Like, I knew as a big guy he could move. That dude was gone.
Did you ever watch War Machine from New Japan?
I only seen a little bit. And
they look a lot like those guys.
I'm just saying that that's nothing new for these dudes.
Oh yeah, I know it's not. It's new for me
nuts.
though. I got into New Japan like kind of like on their way out. So they weren't on NXT yet, but they were like fading out from because they were still at Wrestle Kingdom last year. Got like signed in the summer, but didn't really debut until
They had them for a while.
Yeah. Takeover forever.
Yeah.
Always.
Uh-oh. Yeah, I enjoyed it thoroughly.
Johnny Gargano and Aleister Black. That was good storytelling going on.
Yeah, he had the Punisher gear that he was wearing.
That took me about
cool.
15 minutes to figure out.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because
right off the bat, I'm like, wow, that smiley face kind of looks like a skull from Punisher.
And I didn't want to like really get into that. I was like, that's not it. I know he always does something Marvel related, but is that it? And then I really noticed it like on the Takeover trunks. And Johnny was the Marvel.
Correct.
So I was like, that's
yeah.
dope. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, he got me.
It looks good.
That was hot.
It looks good. All right, let's talk about. That was great. Takeover was awesome. NXT's great. Travis isn't here, so we're not going to talk about NXT.
Goddamn.
Anymore.
See,
than
I
we
tried.
have to.
I tried.
We're going to talk about Survivor Series. Survivor Series is tonight. I think it starts at like 6. Was it pre-show at 6?
Yes, pre-show 6.
We are doing it at the Beer Stube, which is in Toledo on Monroe Street, 5333 Monroe Street. It's free to come out and watch. We'll do like some wrestling trivia or some giveaways, so you can get some free drinks or food while you're there.
Dope.
Yeah, the whole ASL group. Travis will be there for that. So if you're upset that he's not on the show, you can see him later. But yeah, we're going to talk about the Survivor Series card and go over our thoughts and feelings on what we think is going to happen, what we'd like to see happen, and give our expert opinions.
We are experts.
The people are here to hear our expert opinions. We watch several hours of wrestling a week, so you don't have to. And you can just tune in before the pay-per-view to our show, and we'll let you know everything that's going down, right?
Yeah, for sure.
We'll give you the Hulu version.
the just the Who version.
We're not
like, who are these guys?
Yeah. We're not going to... Anything that Hulu cuts out, we're not going to talk about. Because obviously, if they don't want us to see it, it's not important. All right. Let's talk about the pre-show match here, which obviously is a shit show. There's a lot of not good teams in this. Let's see here. We got Team Raw versus Team SmackDown. This is the tag team elimination 10-on-10 match. The participants, Team Raw, the captains are Bobby Roode and Chad Gable. It also features the Revival, the Who, the B Team, Lucha House Party, which is Lince Dorado and Kalisto and or Grand Metalik. Okay, so I guess they haven't specified. And then Ascension. Wow.
I didn't realize how desolate the Raw tag team
jobber
division
teams
is.
And Bob Roode and Chad Gable, who have been a tag team for like what, 2 months maybe?
Yeah, I'm pushing closer to 3, and that's why it sounds like it's only 2.
And they're the captain.
Yeah.
And then the Revival, who's awesome. Obviously, they haven't done anything on the main roster. All right, Team SmackDown. Team captains, the Usos, with the New Day, and Sanity, and Luke Gallows and Carl Anderson, and the Colognes. I think that's the only real
formidable teams outside of the Colognes.
The Colognes, former tag team champions as the Luchadors. Or no, or are they the El Quisadores, right?
Yeah.
Los Matadores.
That's it.
That's what it is.
Los Matadores.
Insert Spanish word here.
They were the Bull Wranglers.
The Bull Hustlers.
The
Rustlers.
Bull Hustlers.
I miss El Torito
Oh,
so
man.
much.
Oh,
All
he was a pretty good wrestler. All right, so I don't really know what there is to even talk about here. I think SmackDown makes the most sense just based on the quality of the teams. I don't really think there's much you can argue the other way.
I'd be so salty. All the championship gold between all of them on the SmackDown brand versus
like none.
Yeah.
No one else on the B team has won the tag titles one time. All the other teams have never won a championship.
Yes, and then you got multiple
on the main
times.
roster. I guess Chad Gable one-time tag champ. That's not good.
It.
That's not good.
Yeah. The Usos, Hall of Fame. New Day, Hall of Fame.
Yeah.
That's
Sanity.
They haven't had their chance yet.
We'll find out.
So we can't really say anything there, but the Revival had their chances, and that was off and on, off and on. It just didn't click.
Who would you like to see be the last surviving team member or the last surviving team? Sole survivor. Who do you think, if it's going to come down to one team?
So, yeah, obviously who makes
so we're
the
saying,
win there?
Yeah. The Colognes?
Bruh. As cool as it would be, like, see Sanity finish, it's going to go up on a hype note. It's going to be New Day.
I think New Day makes the most sense.
Exact same thing.
Let's see here. Sorry, Travis is texting me. All right. We picked Team SmackDown. We all agreed New Day will probably most likely, if it comes down to a Soul Survivor, which it most definitely will not, I don't think. We're saying New Day. All right. Let's move into the main card. Buddy Murphy versus Mustafa Ali, the Cruiserweight champion, Buddy Murphy, in his first title defense against Mustafa Ali. Do you guys watch 205 Live?
I have not watched it in like 2-3 months.
I pull a lot of my moveset from that show.
Oh,
So you're a fan.
Yes. I do all the stuff
Are
from
you
that
going to
show.
do some Mustafa Ali moves soon?
Absolutely. I'm doing
I
my
would-
450 next week.
I was going to say I was a
450.
flaming star press from Big Fish. I would love to see that.
Well, I do the 450 splash.
Four fishy
I
splash.
love it. Yeah, it's the 450.
I do it.
I haven't seen you do it at any of our shows.
He saves it.
I've done it 3 times in NOW, or 2. I don't know. But it's true.
And you do. Okay. Maybe it's not quite what I know, what I'm thinking. What is it? What does it look like?
In reality, I get on the middle rope.
Uh-huh.
You know, I get him into it. And I jump off the top. I mean the middle rope. Because I can't go to the top rope.
You don't want to fall.
And I hit the ground both feet, do a forward roll, and then a splash.
Oh.
So, okay. Got it.
I like it.
Acrobats.
I mean, it's technically you're doing the
You're
turns,
doing
the flips.
it just in pieces.
Yeah.
You're doing it as if it was like an instructional guide.
Well, the thing is, doing it in the air, that's
figure
easy.
1 point.
Yeah.
There's no
way.
resistance in the air. You're just flipping. If you have to do it on the ground and actually do the rolling, that's a lot of extra step. I mean, that's more hard on your body there. You're really sacrificing yourself.
Once I hit the ground, I do that roll, I jump about 30, 40,000 feet in the air.
Yeah, see, that's
And
why
then I
you're
come
that's
down.
why you're the biggest fish in the pond, bro.
Right, you see Shamu jumping at SeaWorld, that landing.
Yeah. Oh, splash.
That is what I emulate.
Wow.
Damn.
All right.
So if you have not been to an NOW show
Check
ever,
that out. I'm really interested in seeing it
and
next
Big
time they
Fish is
pull
on
it
the
out.
card, I'm good. We're gonna make you do that. Mm-hmm. Like this is in your spot. This is your
Yes.
spot.
All right. So speaking of cruiserweight, Big Fish Rembowski, the cruiserweight championship, Buddy Murphy.
Buddy Murphy.
Buddy Murphy, Tristan, what do you think?
Buddy Murphy.
You said
What?
Mustafa earlier. You don't know?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Who cares?
Yeah.
I think the only. I mean,
Accurate.
Mustafa Ali is a great wrestler. He is a really good performer. But Buddy Murphy just won that belt at the Super Showdown,
And he is fantastic.
and he is really good.
For what I have seen, yeah. I
Maybe
know
he'll get
that
stripped because he's like right at 205.
he's worth his weight in gold.
All right, so we're going Buddy Murphy. Match number 3 we have here, Ronda Rousey versus what was going to be Becky Lynch, but would have probably been the main event of the show.
What would have been the best match of the night?
I agree, or at least best match leading up to the match. Like,
Best match of
I'm
the night.
sure they would have performed great, but
If you think that wasn't going to be match of the night, you're insane.
I think it would have been. But we'll never know. We will never know.
That hurts. So, just,
Rousey wins.
yeah,
Yeah.
flat out.
Yeah.
Unless Becky costs Rousey. I don't know how much she's not allowed to do, or
She,
with the 4 horsewomen. I mean, there's a lot that could play into this depending on what kind of storylines you're trying to pull out. With Shayna Baszler still being NXT Women's Champion, I don't think they're going to pull the plug or pull the trigger on the whole 4 horsewomen versus 4 horsewomen yet, but potentially that is something that could happen
yeah,
in this match.
Either way, I'm not really looking forward to that entire program at all because I think it's been talked about or touted or teased or whatever too much, too long already. Mm-hmm. And granted, yeah, a lot of things are getting started with that, but I don't think it's ready yet. So,
No.
Ronda goes over clean, and it could play into Charlotte still doubting herself or whatever.
Yep.
All right, I agree. Rousey.
Rousey.
All right.
Rousey.
Let's move on to this one. Should be a pretty interesting match. We have the Intercontinental Champion Seth Rollins taking on the United States Champion, the best in the U.S., Shinsuke Nakamura.
The United States of Nakamura. Now, this is not a dream match, but it's still like a really good one.
I think it can be a dream match. These guys have never wrestled each other one-on-one.
Right. Both workhorses. If creative allows Nakamura to ever show his face outside of backstage, I was like, what was the last match he had? I don't remember it. Was it like a qualifier or something?
He defended his title against Rusev at the Crown Jewel.
And then before that, like 3 weeks of
Probably
nothing.
wrestled.
I mean, he's Asian Dean Ambrose with that title.
Yeah.
It's
Wait, Dean Ambrose isn't Asian?
no, you don't. That Redbeard dude, he's Irish, right?
He's
he
from
Irish?
Ireland? I don't know. That accent throws me off. I didn't think it was Japanese. Okay. Well, I'm just going to say I think Nakamura is going to win, and I think Dean Ambrose, his Japanese brethren, is going to cost Seth the match. I think Dean's not on the show. He's not booked on the show. I think this is going to kind of the next TLC match. Maybe they'll do a TLC match between Seth and Dean for the IC belt, and this is a good way to set that up on the show. Nakamura gets a win. It doesn't have to be a clean win. Nakamura is okay with getting a dirty win.
I mean, he low blows as a finisher. So.
He does. So does Dan Bryan now.
Yeah,
but
get to that in a second.
Yeah, I think this is a perfect opportunity for a dirty finish. Hopefully, we don't have too many of those tonight.
Yeah,
but I think this is the perfect.
Yeah,
if there's going to be one, this is going to be it.
Yeah, Rollins Nakamura is more of a setup for Rollins Ambrose.
Rollins has the upper hand. Dean just Tokyo drifts into the match,
Yes,
and then
it's over.
It's over.
He's
Japan.
distracted. Like there's some like techno music playing or something. I don't know what kind of music
does
they
all that
play.
stuff, and then he wins.
Dean does this.
He could. You said he's Japanese now.
I think he's always been Japanese. I don't know. Can you become Japanese?
I mean, when he looks like this and stuff.
I
he's
think I'm
scowling.
turning
Is that his
Japanese. I really think so. Is that the? I don't know.
He was born in Hiroshima, Ohio.
Hiroshima.
Maybe. I've never been to every city in Ohio. That may be a real place. Are we all in agreement on that? Nakamura?
Yeah.
We got some
Sure.
pretty we're all pretty agreeing.
The
We've agreed on
Survivor
everything so far, right?
Series is-
We have no differences so far. Let's talk about the tag team versus tag team champion match. Raw versus SmackDown, Authors of Pain taking on The Bar with Big Show.
Now, would it be AOP with Drake Maverick?
Yes,
Okay.
obviously.
You think he's going to be ringside the whole time?
Yeah. I think we could see some interesting stuff where he kind of
I can get my tiny little body up here and because of distraction.
I think he's going to mess around with Big Show. Like Big Show, imagine Big Show chasing him around the ring as a
that'd
distraction.
be hilarious. Big Show versus some Drake Maverick.
Right. Exactly. I think they could. This would probably be one of the comedy matches of the night, I would say.
I hope not.
It has a
'cause
chance.
AOP deserves a little bit more seriousness.
That's why I think they're going to win.
I think
They're going to be serious about it, whereas outside shenanigans.
I just like saying Drake Maverick. Rockstar Spud.
I don't really like Drake Maverick.
I don't either. 205 Life.
I mean,
Buzzwords.
it did get better once he became the GM, but
yeah.
whatever.
So, AOP versus the Bar, though.
I think Big Show on the outside is the upper hand to the Bar, but I think AOP.
Yeah, we can't pin AOP yet.
Can't have them
They
lose.
just got titles. They haven't been pinned yet.
Where are we at right now? We got how many Raw and Smack? We got a SmackDown win, then we got a Raw win, then we got a SmackDown win. So this will be a Raw win, I think. Right? That makes sense. We're at 2-2.
And if next on our list is
Brock and
Brian, and we know Brock is winning that one.
So that'll be
Yeah.
a Raw, and then women's. We'll get there. Okay, so I'm saying it only makes sense.
We're forgetting a wild card.
What's the wild card?
Will Big Show turn on the Bar?
Oh, jeez. Another one.
It could happen.
It could very
he joins
well.
AOP.
No,
Can
he
you
doesn't
imagine?
join anyway. Just dissolves all relationships and ties because he says, when I wanted to go to the bar, this isn't the bar that I was talking about.
This is not the bar.
I don't drink.
I meant a bar, not the bar.
God damn it.
Jeez.
Yeah, I don't know about this one, especially because of how the titles were transferred. Like, in a handicap match,
Stupid.
like this was just so you didn't have to do Rollins and Ambrose, and again with all that story with Romans. I don't know. I don't care for this at all. But AOP's got to win it though. Just for.
What do you think, Big Fish? AOP?
I think AOP to establish them and to probably give some credibility to the Raw tag roster after. I think they're just going to be shellacked in a waterfall finish match in the beginning.
Yeah.
But AOP's got to make their stance, and everyone knows who Sheamus and Cesaro are.
Right.
Yeah.
We all love them.
Yeah.
They're some of the best workers, but
For sure.
the mainstream people need to know who AOP is.
Yeah, and I could see it from one of those the Stephanie McMahon, our brand is better than SmackDown, with her going against Shane, like, my new champions just took out your seasoned veterans or something. Like, that'll be a nice, it's another win. It's a win for AOP. It's a win for more than just AOP versus the Bar. So
Plus,
maybe from a story.
Another way to equal it out, if one show wins the tag team match, the other show should probably win the tag team title.
Right.
Yeah,
So
that
if the
makes sense.
pre-show with
Balance that out.
SmackDown
Yeah.
took it, then a Raw tag team would take. Okay. Yeah.
I think we're really going to agree on pretty much everything here tonight.
Because it all makes
Is
sense.
it that easy of a card to predict?
No,
we'll see.
No shade
WWE's
against Travis. Travis just likes the fantasy book.
I like the fantasy book too.
I like
but
the fantasy
I like
book.
the
He's
fantasy
just so
book.
far-fetched. It's just like we're kind of realistic.
I like to far-fetch fantasy book things that I don't necessarily believe will happen, but I think would be cool, and convince Travis that like this is going to happen.
Yeah,
It's
you're
like,
not convincing us because we're already there.
makes sense. Yeah. I think WWE is going to throw a curveball out there. One
We
of these
gotta have a curveball.
I mean, one of
tonight.
these
Where would
matches
it
we're going to be
though?
like, there's no way this person's going to win, and they're going to win.
So let's go through the card, and maybe we could double back. And where would the curveball be for the entire?
I think
night?
it might be this next match, Brock versus Dan Bryan.
I don't know.
Maybe.
I'm hopeful, but
Now we've seen
Maybe.
bigger curveballs where Brock has been in the big
He
match,
lost to Goldberg in 3 minutes.
and then
that was
what-
Goldberg.
Maybe
what was
Brock pulls a hammy. Dan
Yeah.
Bryan puts him in a clover leaf or something, and it's over.
hey yo, all those gargantuans, man, you can't be.
He
He's
gets,
doughy.
pulls a hammy. The ref's like, you got to stop. He's like, I'm not going to stop. And he limps over, and Dan just...
I mean, because AJ was like,
Not gonna
he's
happen.
vulnerable. I got 2 ways to beat him, and Brian's a technical wrestler too. So
Maybe he low blows Brock.
just
give me
to
old
do
chestnuts.
it, and then he wins, and then that kind of helps cement like
He
a
holds
Shane.
both belts up.
And
I don't know
a
if that
Shane
would even
McMahon.
work. I feel like Brock Lesnar is just so muscular down there, but Daniel Bryan might break his hand.
Oh, it would be a kick.
Yeah.
Break his foot then.
What about a knee? Like a running knee to the groin.
Because he's short.
Break his knee.
That would be good. Break his knee.
Break everything.
Yeah. This one's weird because I want to believe it, but there's no build up for it because it just happened this week, and I won't say we know, but the skepticism I had is just we don't want AJ versus Brock and AJ loses again.
Right.
You
So
think
we'll
that's
have
what
him
it
lose
is?
to Dan Bryan on SmackDown.
But makes more sense
But he was
because
low blowed.
True. It was a dirty finish, but I don't know.
You don't look bad if you lose and you're not supposed to.
I guess so. I really wanted him to have the belt at least to the right.
because they put on those that match like 2-3 weeks ago was really good from a technical standpoint. So
Well, I also heard Miz is going to be making a face turn now that Dan Bryan has made a heel turn.
and I felt that
The rumor
in the
is
air
like
when I was watching.
he's going to
it
come
on
out and
Tuesday.
say something like, "I've been telling you about Dan Bryan this whole time, and how he's a sham. He's not who he says he is. I am who I say I am. He doesn't care about you fans. He cares about himself. That kind of thing, and kind of turn. I don't know how it's going to go over.
Remember how?
But wouldn't that be interesting?
on
Have
the
a
last
face
show, too.
Miz versus a heel Bryan.
And we didn't factor that in on the last show.
There's
when
no.
fantasy booked
We would
the-
have never factored that into
Brian,
it. There's
the
no
Brian
way.
Miz to Mania setup. Like it's in the background and it was always there, but they never
Right.
really went at it. But
Right.
then like something happens at Rumble or whatever, and I won't say Brian and Miz as main event, but
Well, the other
It'll still have
fold
some
in
kind of
this is the winner of the mixed match challenge, the man and woman team. Do you guys know about this?
yeah, we
The
know
winning
about it.
team gets the 30th spot in the Royal Rumble. So the guy on the winning team gets number 30 on the men's Rumble, and the woman gets number 30 in the women's Rumble.
Oh,
I can't wait for Mahalish
it's
to
steak.
The only two teams that are undefeated, I think, now are Braun and Ember Moon, and Miz and Asuka. So, and for some reason, AJ's been pulled from it. Charlotte is now teaming up with somebody else. But they lost on Tuesday. So I think Miz and Asuka might win season 2. They won season 1, maybe they'll win season 2. Miz gets wins the Rumble. Bryan's still champion.
And you have Asuka at 30, which would be a big tease for like.
She won last
it
year.
last year.
She's going to win this year because she's number 30, and then she ends up losing to somebody. Who knows?
Right.
I think there's a lot they can do with that, and I think that makes the most sense. Asuka and Miz. Braun doesn't need it. Ember Moon would be nice, but Braun doesn't need to be the 30th entrant in the Rumble. He'll probably have a championship match.
He'll come in
Royal
at 14,
Rumble.
eliminate everybody else, and be last 4 again.
So I think that's kind of the way they're going to go, and I think Dan Bryan maybe cheating to win here is a possibility. I think it makes sense that Brock is the winner, looking at it without any, if there's going to be no outside interference, Brock. But
yeah, Brock loses because
I think this might
Bryan's
be the curveball.
That could be it, especially the way that Paul Heyman hyped him up too. So, yeah, Brock loses.
I'm going to go with Brock as a winner, but I can see if there's going to be a curveball, this might be where they can do something for us.
Every time I've said it would make sense for Brock Lesnar to lose, he doesn't.
This is Brock's last match. He's leaving forever. He retains his championship. He does it 3 times in a row. You're like, this is his last match, and he wins. Oh, he's coming back for Crown Jewel. He's not going to win there. He's just one more big payday. He won. Okay.
So there's a pattern?
The pattern is Brock will do the opposite of whatever makes the most sense. And it makes the most sense for him to win tonight. So, and his title's not on the line.
Yep, and that's why I'm going to go with a Brock loses. Bryan gets to say that he beat Brock.
I did it. I convinced you.
Yep.
I pulled a Travis on you. I convinced you to go with a wrong answer.
No, not really.
All right.
In my heart of hearts, yeah, it would be a Brock win. But for my little storytelling and little fantasy booking, it would be a Bryan W.
I think that would be good.
That'll help cement that heel turn.
I know.
Yeah, come on. It looks so good.
It sounds fantastic.
And then Brock doesn't have to look weak if he gets kicked in the nuts. I mean, he'll look weak, but if he gets kicked in the nuts, hey.
I'm pretty sure Undertaker kicked him in the nuts to beat him. So after Brock ended the streak, they fought at like Survivor Series or something, and Undertaker cheated. He low blowed him to win the match.
Mm-hmm.
That's the weakness right there. Brock and his little rocks. That's
his little rocks.
Yeah.
Little Rock, Arkansas down there.
Right, got him right there in the slim.
Population
the
Sable.
Jimmy John.
Population
right there.
Sable, yes. All right, you're going Bryan. I'm still gonna go Brock because I'm a sensible man. You're going Brock?
Brock.
All right.
See. We got it.
Like,
We got another Brock. 3 Brocks and a Bryan.
All right.
Oh,
hey.
man.
All right.
I'm pulling for you. I hope you're right on that one.
I hope I am too, but I really don't care.
Something's got to save this pay-per-view. I think that might do it.
I've been hurt too many times.
All right. Up next, the Raw women versus the SmackDown women traditional Survivor Series match. Let's see who's in this match.
All heel women, all the time.
Team Raw is Mickie James, Nia Jax, the Great Tamina, Natalya, and Ruby Riott. Ruby Riott. Wow, that is led by Alexa Bliss.
Mm-hmm.
Wait a minute.
Yeah.
Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan are also going to be at ringside. So the other members of the Riot Squad and Alexa Bliss.
There'll be shenanigans.
That's crazy. So we got a heel team over there. Then the SmackDown team, we have Carmella, who is now face, Naomi, who's a face, Sonya Deville, who is a heel.
Ish.
Okay.
Backstage segments to hit at a turn.
Okay.
There's a little bit of
Asuka,
right now.
who is a face, and then a TBD. I don't know who TBD is, but she sounds hot. No, to be determined, I think is what that means. So they have
vacant coming in.
So we got a little bit we can talk about here. I think it makes sense. Maybe Mandy Rose. She did complain that she wasn't on the team initially. It could be her. It could be
a call up.
Nikki Cross, who actually just made her debut last week or 2 weeks ago on SmackDown.
It wasn't even a debut, but yeah.
It was a debut. She had a championship match.
But she was also on Raw like 3 months before that.
Okay. She was just standing on the stage because they announced the women's Evolution pay-per-view.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I'm thinking of like her house shows that she was doing.
She was doing SmackDown house shows.
Oh, I thought
I'm pretty
it was Raw
sure.
house shows.
Maybe it was.
Oh.
I thought it was SmackDown.
Could be.
But yeah, I would take that as a debut. She came out with Sanity, so they've kind of connected that. She's done in NXT. There's nothing for her to do.
Mm-hmm.
There hasn't been anything for her to do.
I think Nikki Cross would be a good fit here. I think Mandy Rose makes more sense, and that's probably what they're going to do. I would love for it to be Nikki Cross.
Yeah, Nikki Cross. I could see them pulling like, oh, we got a wild card, bitches.
It could even be it could be like a Tori Wilson or a Lita
Gross.
or a
Gross,
Trish.
Yeah.
It could be any. Hopefully not Lita. She's garbage.
That was watch like
she's a bad sloppy wrestler. She's been bad for.
That's
a long
like
time.
watching like 2012 Ric Flair go
So
at it.
bad.
No, it's not good.
She's not good. She used to be good. She's not good anymore.
Almost
Trish is better.
Die
than
on a
her.
moonsault every time.
Oh yeah. So it could be one of those. You know, who knows? I think Mandy Rose makes the most sense though. That's my guess. It's gonna be Mandy Rose.
I like Nikki.
Nikki.
I hope it's Nikki.
I love that crazy broad.
I hope it's Nikki. But I'm booking with my brain.
That good old Swiss Miss. Yes.
Okay, so who do we got winning here? Do we have the
Or is it
Team
Scott?
Raw with the stacked outside ring
Dang it. Just a Scott.
manager staff, I guess, against Team SmackDown? Who do you think is going to pull it out here and why?
I don't know what to think here because honestly, even though you have like Alexa Bliss on Raw, since Rousey came to Raw, she is Raw's women division.
Yeah.
SmackDown's women division, that's a roster.
Yeah.
You know, they came in on Raw a week or two ago and just shellacked these people.
Mm-hmm.
And I would say SmackDown just because it makes sense because they're without the roster being Ronda at the third match up there, but with the other two people, there's so many shenanigans. I don't even know
I can
what
see
to
that,
think.
although traditional booking would state that Raw is going to win because SmackDown stood tall on the Go Home Raw. They didn't really bring it up on SmackDown, but on Raw, SmackDown dominated the Raw team, which means the Raw team's going to dominate the SmackDown team at the pay-per-view.
But there's also
Not always, but that's
a team of unity. Also, while it looks like Raw's was just kind of thrown together, you know, former animosity between Alexa and Nia and Tamina just randomly formed up against Ember Moon and whatever faces in front of them at the moment.
they are all heels though.
Yeah.
Whereas SmackDown's
And then
a
you
little
got,
bit of a
and because you could have shenanigans, it could fall apart. Like the Riot Squad's out there trying to do something, and it actually messes it up. Kind of like how we saw last night at TakeOver.
Right.
You know, the numbers got even against Shayna Baszler and her girls, but ultimately still lost. So I could see that being mimicked tonight.
Shayna Baszler won last night.
Yeah, she won, but no, I'm talking about how Kyrie got even.
Right, yeah,
she
yeah,
had
yeah.
help and
3 out of
still
3.
lost. Yeah.
That'll be the next program they go into.
Yeah, so I could see still SmackDown women taking it,
I think this is the hardest one for me to call of the night.
especially because we don't know who their wild card is.
Right, we don't know if it's going to be some surprise return or which it won't. But
And I think that it could be a better feel good for women as a whole with faces going over, so you could hit that demo as well. Because the Raw women or the SmackDown women are like they're out there and they're all established too so far, whereas the Raw women, they're building again.
Right.
I'm
Plus,
gonna
7 can't be the same result as 8 as far as the teams go.
right. So this is what this.
Yeah,
that's playing into my pick. So I'm picking Raw.
And
One-
and from jump, I always knew that the Raw men were going to take that one again.
No. Okay, so here's I'll tell you my booking on that.
Yeah,
This is
give
my
it,
pick.
give it.
I'm saying Raw women win for 2 reasons. SmackDown stood tall over them, and because I think SmackDown's going to win the men's later. So those are my 2 reasons for going with Raw for the women.
I'll add to that. Raw's got the numbers and the shenanigans. So
Right.
I'll say Raw as well.
And the heels are willing to cheat more than the SmackDown women. So like maybe that'll play
Now, how
more
do
into it as well.
elimination tag matches work too? Those are no DQ anyway, aren't they?
No, there's DQ.
I don't know about that.
Yeah, because how would you count a fall against someone?
The
What do you mean?
Like it's an elimination match.
If
So
you get DQ'd, you're eliminated from the match. If you cheat, you get eliminated.
I just don't think that's ever been played before. So
the
I'm not
men's
too sure.
team
Well, yeah.
last year though went just haywire. Remember?
Yeah, but if you're not legally in the match, I don't know.
Yeah, like
if
you
could
just threw
DQ. Okay,
yourself
there was
out.
a Survivor Series like '93 or something. Ric Flair was the sole survivor because he was standing in the ring and everybody else was brawling outside the ring and they all got disqualified. So Ric Flair won the match because he was the only one not fighting. That was a finish to a Survivor Series
Oh, that's
match.
just fantastic
Yeah.
to watch.
So Rick was just standing.
Now
there.
I want to watch that just to see how
It's not
dumb
good.
that looks.
It's not good.
Yeah, it
It's not
doesn't
good.
sound good.
Well, they used to do back the old Survivor Series is they would do the winners or the sole survivors of each team would go into a final match at the end of the night, because there was no singles matches on Survivor Series. It was all team elimination matches.
Right.
And the sole survivors from the babyface teams would all be on a team at the end of the night against the winners of all the heel teams. And sometimes it would be unfair. It'd be like 2 versus 5 guys, and that's just how the match would go. They don't do that anymore.
Because aren't tornado tag matches no DQ typically?
They are.
This isn't tornado.
This is not a tornado,
I
and I think
understand that, but it's the weight behind it. Like one official versus 10 people being out there, you're really going to see and watch everything. I think it's all let go.
I don't know. I don't think it's going to come into play anyways, but
Yeah.
this is a 5-on-5 tag match, just like a normal traditional.
Right, but you're talking about how the numbers are. So if the Riot Squad is out at ringside causing shenanigans, it's not going to eliminate Ruby Riot. They just get thrown out, right?
They'll probably get thrown out. I think that'll probably come into play. They probably will get thrown out.
And then maybe cause an elimination that way, but not.
Are you going SmackDown or Raw with this?
I'd still say SmackDown.
You're going SmackDown winning. All right. I think they're the better team as far as the quality of superstars, but I don't think that necessarily means.
Yeah, and I just find it weird that there's a better mix on SmackDown heel face wise than it is like just a team full of bad women on Raw. I just think it's that will play a factor into it because it's all
Bailey and Sasha not on the show
because they're all
maybe Bailey or Sasha is the mystery partner for the SmackDown team because they were promised a spot in the match. I don't know if you watched Raw. Alexa Bliss had them fight for the last spot, and they didn't give it to either of them.
Yeah.
So maybe they're like, they're upset. They want to be on. But that could be cool.
That's how Ruby got in.
Right.
Yeah.
That could be cool. It could play out. I'm still going Raw. You're going SmackDown. What do you think?
Raw.
All right. Whew. You got another. You're going to do good, I think. I think you're going to do good this week. All right. It's our final match of the night. This is the men 5-on-5 Survivor Series elimination match. Raw versus SmackDown. We got, let's see who's on this team. Team Raw is Dolph Ziggler, Drew McIntyre, Braun Strowman, Finn Balor, and Bobby Lashley, with Baron Corbin and Lio Rush at ringside. Against Team SmackDown, which is The Miz, Shane McMahon, Rey Mysterio, Samoa Joe, and Jeff Hardy. There's a lot of world titles on, well, I guess not. Jeff Hardy's got a couple. Ray's got, 2? Miz has got, 2, maybe.
Samoa Joe should have had 2.
Yeah. All right. The way I think this is going to play out is, I don't know if you guys have noticed the storyline between Baron Corbin and Braun Strowman, but Braun Strowman wants to wrestle Baron Corbin at TLC.
Right.
And then he wants to wrestle Brock for the championship after he beats Baron Corbin.
Right.
Stephanie said that, okay, you can have your match against Baron Corbin, but you have to lead Raw to victory at Survivor Series first, or you don't get your match.
Right.
So I think Baron Corbin costs Team Raw and costs Braun Strowman, who's the last guy in the match, so that he doesn't have to face him at TLC.
Oh, that would be BS, because she did say that there was going to be documents drafted, but wouldn't you think Stephanie would be like, no, you cost my team, my brand, my match. No,
he probably gets fired.
Anyway?
He'll get fired from GM, but
that's a
contractually, I mean, he could argue, hey, he did not win. He does not get his match. This is a way to write him. And then
that would play into that emphasis. They kept talking about paperwork, having stuff drawn up. Like, was anything drawn up, though?
Wait, so the person who was drugged asleep in a drive-through wedding chapel and stayed in the wedding and was just cool with it.
Just married him for
years. It's doing
years.
paperwork now.
Statute of limitations. We don't talk about that anymore.
It's been long
canon.
enough time. It's no longer canon. It's out of the. I think it's like 3 years maybe, and
like
everything outside of that.
It's still real to me, damn it.
If it doesn't fit in the current storyline, it's not canon at the time. So, I think SmackDown wins, and I think Strowman is the last guy to get eliminated from Raw, and Baron costs him.
Screwed again.
I have a prediction.
Okay.
I need the microphone close for this.
Okay.
I think SmackDown is going to win because they are led by the best wrestler in the world.
I didn't even think about that.
The best wrestler in the world. And I think Shane McMahon is going to destroy Braun Strowman toe-to-toe.
I bet Shane McMahon is the one that gets the pin. I think SmackDown will have the upper hand, and Braun blows through everybody except for Shane. He's about to destroy Shane. Baron costs him. Shane, the best wrestler in the world,
sole survivor,
wins for SmackDown, beating Braun Strowman, the Universal Championship #1 contender. Braun Strowman beats him 1, 2, 3 in the middle of the ring. I think that's the way.
So are we sure we're not using Crown Jewel as too much of a base for this? Because and we touched on this earlier, was that those guys wanted like Attitude Era and like all these old names and stuff to go over and win. Now, do we think this isn't Crown Jewel? Is it that a little too far-fetched that we're going to give promoters and executives wins now?
I think there's going to be a giant double down or something where everyone's down, and then Steve Blackman's going to come out of the crowd and chase Shane McMahon to the top of the Staples Center. And Shane McMahon is going to drop an elbow from the top of the Staples Center and hit Braun Strowman straight in the chest.
Wow.
Oh, I can see
the
that.
win.
Wow.
I actually saw that in my head.
I did
and
picture
it
it as well.
So good. And I believe it too.
The best wrestler.
I don't know if it'll happen. I think Shane stands tall. This is
Shane
going to be.
going through
He's
to
going
be-
to turn heel. I think he's going to turn heel.
And then that's why I think like we can have like a Daniel Bryan,
But not
Shane
yet.
McMahon thing again. Like they had that back and forth when they're GM and commissioner, but then like now like you got a champion and
See,
heel
I think-
commissioner. Like they're gonna work really close.
I think we have Dan Bryan as he's a heel. Like he cheats to win, low blow. I think Shane's going to be more of a heel that doesn't know he's a heel. You know, he's going to be pompous. He's going to be full of himself. He's not necessarily going to cheat to win or anything like that. He's just going to be like,
kind of like
and
how
he's going to get these fluke wins, and he's just going to be like, listen, like I'm beating these guys. I'm better than the entire roster. Blah blah blah.
yeah he's the
So it's a different kind of heat, a different kind of heel that he's going with than Dan Bryan, and I don't think that they'll necessarily work together.
Okay.
I don't think.
I would think
Maybe.
cool. It's a reach, but
Can we talk about the health of AJ Styles' manhood?
The amount of blows it's taken in the last couple months.
We need to get a little pair of crutches for that thing.
just tiny little sad.
He's not on the show at all tonight. You think he's going to play a factor at any point in tonight's show?
He could come out and give Brian the business too.
And then Brock goes over still.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I got Brock going over anyway, so
Yeah. That's completely forgot about that, yeah. So much.
he also doesn't
can
like
happen.
Samoa Joe.
Yeah, but they don't
I
have
don't know if he-
anything going on anymore.
Wendy.
I'll never forget some dude coming after my family.
Oh, Wendy.
At my house. and
Ding
shit.
dong.
Tell you what, for this
Read me
show,
bedtime stories and
there's as underwhelming as you can think it is. The one thing I am excited about, half the matches on this card, there's a possibility someone's going to come out of the crowd and destroy somebody.
That'd be great.
There's so much hate on this card.
yeah.
So much drama. Wrestling.
I'm sold.
And then none at this the matches are basic because everything else that could happen with them is deeper. So there's basic card to lots of setup are going to happen right now because after this it will be the road to WrestleMania.
The road officially begins. They'll probably say it officially begins tonight, even though it doesn't really officially begin until like Royal Rumble, right?
Yeah, I thought it would start like literally at the Rumble.
At the Rumble,
I'm
Rumble
pretty sure
is
they-
the road,
I think
but we're at least packing the car. We
I'm-
got the snacks.
I'm pretty sure the Monday after WrestleMania, like the road begins to next year's WrestleMania. I'm pretty sure they plugged it the next day.
I always start the road to WrestleMania as soon as there's one dude in the ring by himself and he's like, I challenge The Undertaker to a match
My
at
favorite,
WrestleMania.
R.I.P. John
my
Cena.
favorite is they point at the sign. You know, it's a big thing at the Royal Rumble.
Oh,
but
the
that-
sign.
Yeah, the sign is the
The
road.
Zack Ryder one where he's on main event and he's like pointing at the Raw sign, like I'm gonna make it to Raw. Like this is when he's wrestling on the main event show.
Oh, no.
It was so funny. The camera got him like pointing at the sign. It pans over and it's just a sign that says Raw.
Shame.
See, I didn't see. Apparently, so sometimes I watch Raw and sometimes I watch Raw on Hulu, which they cut stuff out.
Mm-hmm.
So I heard, I don't know, somebody told me this happened, but I didn't see anything about it. Elias getting Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins back together. Did you guys see any
I
of
did
that?
not see that. No.
So I didn't see
What?
that.
That'd be cool.
Somebody told me that happened. They're like, oh, Elias was talking to Zack Ryder and Kurt Hawkins backstage or something about getting back the band back together or something like that. I think that would be really good for those two guys who aren't doing anything. The tag division on Raw is garbage. You can have Kurt Hawkins get his first win ever in his second run at some point. I think there's stuff you could do with that.
Yeah,
but I have not seen this, so if anyone's watching and can confirm that actually happened, somebody told me, and I was like, I did not hear anything about that.
No, last time I saw Elias on TV was the Lashley thing, and I think that they got that going on. That'll look good for the next couple weeks.
Mm-hmm.
I like it.
I don't like Lashley.
I don't like him either. It's very forced. It doesn't feel authentic.
It's always felt that way too.
From the beginning,
with everything he's ever done.
Yeah,
it's like the first time. Again.
Yeah, it's not.
Yeah, this Lashley. I knew when they brought it back, I was like, please do it right.
But I don't know how you would even do. Like even him playing a heel, he's not doing it right. I don't think.
That was so weird doing the poses, and then he did the butt thing. I was
like,
butt
dude, thing was
you
stupid.
Look like Raccoon from Ginyu Force, my dude.
So stupid. You look dumb. This is who's writing this garbage. Like,
right.
And I don't really know.
I see my first 2 episodes of Dragon Ball Z ever. Frieza Saga, Ginyu Force built ass.
I don't know anything that you're saying right now.
You did not watch Dragon Ball?
No.
See,
I'm
going to send you.
Dragon Ball.
Like, you watched it when you were a kid, or were you talking about? If you watch it now, that's fine. I'm just asking you. Like, you started watching it when you were a kid? Dragon Ball?
Dude, I finished all the episodes like 2 years ago.
It was like 10.
Okay.
So, joke.
How old were you when this came out?
Just type in
Dragon Ball?
Raccoon.
Yeah.
Wasn't Dragon Ball Z in the 90s?
I think so.
I was late to the party.
I didn't watch. Like, I don't watch anime, and I don't have anything against anime. I've seen anime that's interesting that I've seen before, but I don't adamantly go out and try to watch anime ever.
I'm basic. I've only seen Dragon Ball.
That's fine.
That's it.
I've never actually seen it. I've seen clips, and I know memes from the show. I don't watch it. When I was a kid, I watched wrestling. That's pretty much all I watched.
I'm sorry.
I played outside, and I watched wrestling
It
like
was
all the
actually
time.
Ginyu.
I don't know.
That's what Lashley did.
Show it to the camera.
Lashley was doing the Ginyu right there. It's a little. That was Lashley on Monday.
Yeah.
During the pose down. Like, okay, this is goofy. All right, then the shades too. And
I just don't like it.
No.
Lashley's trash.
He looks like a
And Leo's a talented dude.
He
You just got
is.
to give him the
that
actual
big bald head.
like things to
Pokemon.
do that aren't valets and managers, man. And then, I mean, I know he's doing his own thing on 205, but he's still in and out of those matches too.
So, what do you guys think of the landscape of WWE right now? They're doing a lot of big changes. So Roman obviously is gone.
Yep.
So they had to change a ton of stuff for that. We have a Dan Bryan heel turn out of nowhere. We have AJ losing the belt on SmackDown. We got Braun, who was a heel, who had just turned heel, now turning face. There's just a lot of the whole Becky thing. Becky was supposed to be this heel. Charlotte's supposed to be this super baby face, and nobody cares about Charlotte. Everybody loves Becky. So they obviously had to change their plans with that, because I guarantee this is not what they thought was going to happen.
Even hugged it out on there too. I was like, all right, sign of respect. I still choose you. But then I was like, all right, cool, walk.
And then
they hugged. I was like, we forgot it all.
So it's like, it's crazy how much has changed just in like the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
How much they've just kind of flipped the script. And I just wonder what that writing room has got to be like. With like, okay, throw out all of our ideas. We got to do something completely new.
I don't know. Have you ever seen that SpongeBob episode where he couldn't like remember his own name or something, and it was a bunch of mini SpongeBobs in his brain, like typing up stuff. Everything's on fire. I'll send you the GIF of it later. It's a thing.
Yeah.
But like that's what I'm imagining is like everyone's running around, shit's on fire.
Mm-hmm.
We can't figure out what to do, so we're just throwing everything and just throwing it all at the wall, see what sticks.
Right.
As far as the writers are concerned, this is like a TV show that's been on forever, and the main character leaves, and they're like, "What do we do now?"
Right.
It's like
We've been
Foreman
building this
left
guy
70
for
show.
6 years.
Yeah.
Right. Eric Foreman left in the last season. We're on the last season of WWE Raw, and the main character's gone.
I think it'll be good in the long run. Like, we ain't gonna get a Randy replacing him as Seth Meyers, but like, there's so much they can do now.
Right.
And like I said, there's
hopefully
so much business going on.
They give
here.
these guys that are worth that spot the spot. You know, it's been Roman, no matter what the people think of him, which he's a great wrestler. He is.
Oh, yeah.
It's just the fans don't click with him like they do other wrestlers.
Yeah.
They don't like being force fed anything. And that's how they feel with him. He's, like I said, great wrestler. You know, he's been in some really amazing matches. I'm never upset to see a Roman match because of the quality of the match. It's just like, oh, why is he getting another championship match? That's the only thing that I'm upset about.
So,
but like these people like Finn Balor or Becky Lynch is, you know, finally getting her due after doing really nothing since being the first SmackDown Women's Champion. She lost that and then has kind of really done nothing since then.
Yeah. She was getting the chances and then even being written out of those chances.
Right.
Yeah.
So it would be nice to see these people like Finn Balor or, you know, even Bayley or, you know, Sasha's already kind of been up there, but Bayley to get a chance maybe.
I think it's just we're in
any of these people.
We got the blank slate right now, and think of it as an entirely new show where you know, or like a spinoff. Like we know what this show was and the quality of the characters. Now they have to create something new altogether, and we have to kind of separate ourselves from it. Like you might be a Breaking Bad fan, but you got to give Better Call Saul a chance, and it sounds like crap at first, but the stories have to develop. And so I'm going to withhold a lot of judgment right now because it is the blank slate. Yes, we still need these new guys or the ones that kind of fell to obscurity. We got to give them those shots now too, because if we do just come back and it's the same faces that we have been dealing with for months and months, like it's going to feel inorganic and we won't get behind it.
Right.
Like, so it's going to, that's why like guys like AOP got to go over,
Yeah.
you know, and hopefully like Nikki shows up or something that'll give them something to work with.
Yeah, I think WWE needs to like ride these waves that the fans are creating. So like the Becky Lynch thing, ride it. Like if you need to change your writing based on what you thought was going to happen, go for it. Like follow with what the fans want. Give them what they want. Vince historically doesn't give a crap. Like it's kind of what he wants.
But this would be the time to do it.
But yeah, like
because then you can get creative. All right, let's go with the wave with what they want. Then I can go back to doing what I want.
Exactly.
Once I know what base I got. Yeah.
Right.
Plus, when they establish that base, and their boy comes back, you know. Plus, the thing is, it is horrible. Roman Reigns, you know, has leukemia. That's awful.
Yeah.
And when they went public with it, not only did, and I'm not trying to say this like in a bad way, but when they did it, they capitalized on the fact that he does have cancer. And when they took a whole fan base that booed this guy, when he comes back, it'll be almost illegal to boo him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you boo him when he comes back,
yeah, you're
you'll
right.
be like, boo.
Right.
Like, whoa.
You sick son of a bitch. What's wrong with
Do you know what this man's been through the last 3 years?
Right.
So
So
they'll
you
have
got
that
real
base and he'll be
fans and
back.
the ones that are like, yeah, it's illegal to boo him. I like.
I think they did that
he's going to be over when he comes back.
massively.
John
I think
Cena
he's going to be, he's going to be right at where John Cena is. Like you might not like him, but you know, he is who he is. Yeah. Like he's a great wrestler. I don't know.
Right.
I think he'll finally be over.
We don't know what we got till it's gone.
Right.
Right.
I miss him.
He'll get that Lance Armstrong minus steroids pop.
And who knows? Maybe they'll have new writers then.
And more nuts.
Yeah, it's both nuts.
Oh, jeez.
He's got more of a sack than him.
So tonight, Survivor Series.
Strong armbands.
Survivor Series at the Beer Stube. You can obviously watch it at home, but you should come out to the Beer Stube.
Absolutely.
It's free. We will provide the entertainment, which is Survivor Series. You just need to show up. I think we're doing trivia. I haven't talked to Travis about that, but we will be giving away money, essentially. We'll give you some tokens so you can get some food or drinks if you'd like. You just have to show up and participate. Yeah, that starts at 6. I think the main show's at 7, so you can show up at 7 if you want. We'll all be there. I don't know about Big Fish, but me, Travis, and Anthony will be there. Hopefully, Anthony, you gonna be there, Anthony?
I'm 90%.
Okay, me and Travis will be there, and
90%.
Anthony,
I got this guy.
Correct.
I know it's a family show. We can still bring them in there. So
you can bring kids if you have
it.
kids. You can. It is family friendly. We try not to do anything inappropriate,
and we really don't. The conversations are amongst adults, and if your kid hears me, that's your problem. That's it.
They get the full menu all night, so you can get plenty of food and grub and chicken wings and pizza and whatever you want. Beer Stube is 5333 Monroe Street. Check it out on Facebook if you need directions there. But it's right down the street from the Franklin Park Mall. Not too hard to find. We'll be there. Thanks for coming out. Thank you, Big Fish. It's always a pleasure to have you on the show. I'm sure we'll have you back soon. We should get your tag team partner on here and get the whole Wet Dream experience.
Oh, yeah. Aaron Daniel Norman, ADN.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's his name now.
He got a new name?
Yeah, he changed his name. Daniel Winchester's dead.
Oh.
He's dead.
So he's going by, is that?
He's going by, yeah, he's going by his shoe.
that name. Wow.
I didn't know
that way. That way, when
he looks
gets
like
big,
a Daniel to me. See,
when he gets
kayfabe's dead.
When he gets big, he's not gonna have to pay any royalties to anybody because it's his name. He's in. He's getting all that money.
All my bubbles busted.
That's smart. And your name really is Big Fish too, which actually works out for you as well.
It's on my birth certificate. It's true.
So,
shouts out to your mother, man. She's the real
hey,
one.
you know, she was ahead of the ball. You know, she knew that like
she was like, he's gonna be
unique
something.
names are. He's gonna be a wrestler.
Oh, yeah.
So
He's gonna be something.
I was going to be a twin, but I put the other fetus in a headlock and absorbed him.
Oh, that's that
that's
size.
where you get your strength.
That's where you
I
got
get
that,
it.
Killed my brother.
that mass.
Oh wow, I love that backstory that you have there. That's
And then my brother appeared and set me on fire, and then I showed up with my dad, Paul Fish.
Okay.
Paul Fish,
And now I'm running for mayor.
Paul Fisher.
mayor of Monroe, Michigan.
Yes.
Nice. All right, folks. Thanks for listening to our show. We'll be back in a couple weeks. We'll be back before TLC, so I don't know if we'll do a show before that, but TLC's in December. We'll do a show that day, and we might do a show.
All right. Well, you guys, have a happy Thanksgiving?
Yes.
Load up, man.
All the turkey.
I've
Pack
never cooked a turkey in my life.
I haven't either.
I've never cooked a turkey. The only time I ever eat turkey is Thanksgiving, and I'm never the one in charge of turkey. But I'm cooking my first Thanksgiving turkey this Thursday. So.
Oh, man, good on you.
Welcome to America.
Yeah. Well, I've never had to host Thanksgiving at my house. I've always gone to a parent's house or a relative. And this year we're hosting it at my house.
Okay. Leveling up. Doing
Making that
family
turkey.
Hey.
I don't even really like turkey. But I'm going to make the best turkey I've ever made. Guaranteed. This Thursday. Guaranteed.
The
It's
bar
going to
is
be
so high.
the best I have ever made.
Wonderful.
Nobody can. All right. We're the-barring it.
Yeah, we're barring it. Yeah. We'll get it together.
We're not just a bar. We're the bar.
And come see us at the bar for Survivor Series.
The Beer Stube. Anything you need to plug? What do you got going on?
Not much, but ProWrestlingTees.com is having a Black Friday sale this week, and 20% off anything. And there's these Big Fish Rembowski t-shirts. Very stylish.
I almost wore mine. I really did. I even had it set out earlier this week, but I had to go with the Velveteen
Because of Takeover.
I'm sorry.
Why didn't you wear your own shirt?
It's kind of tacky. Don't you
Is
think?
it?
He's got to wear his sponsor. He's sponsored by Bass Pro Shops. He's got to wear that.
I'm hoping that Johnny Morris, the owner of Bass Pro, sees me repping his brand, and they just put me everywhere.
That would be great.
I'm trying for all the sponsors.
That would be good.
I want them all.
You should do a show at a Bass Pro Shop, like a wrestling show.
Dude, I could pile driver somebody into the tank.
You could, and you should. We should talk to somebody.
The
We
Big
both
Fish
can figure it out.
Sponge.
Rossford, Ohio. Within the next 5 years, you will see me pile drive someone into a fish tank. It'll happen.
I really want that to happen.
Can it be Sam Beal?
If it's Sam Beal, I have to hit him with a chair
Okay. Can I help?
at the Bass Pro Shop. Oh, of course.
Let me just say, Sam Beal, what a joke.
Also,
Jeez.
Sam Beal did not beat me on Friday night.
Yeah, I heard that he did not beat you on Friday night.
He did not beat me.
That's what I heard.
It didn't happen. He's a loser. I
don't
took
know.
his belt.
Has he won a match since he
His
lost the
boyfriend left
tag
him.
belt to you? Won the tag team championship? You beat him for the championship? Has he won anything since then?
I don't know. Everyone's telling me that he beat me on Friday night, which is just insane.
First of all,
how could he beat me?
First of all, I don't believe it.
No.
Second of all,
Picks or get out.
I also did not smack him with a fish in that match across the face. That didn't happen either.
you should have.
It didn't happen.
Okay.
Ref saw nothing.
All right. NOW, Jump Boost Gaming, a warehouse. It's on Central Avenue.
It's near McCord, just past McCord.
Yeah, just past McCord out there by Meyer. Right?
Across the street from Buffalo Wild Wings.
Yes.
Out there.
Behind
So check them
Napa Auto
out.
Parts.
Pretty much every Friday night now, with a few exceptions. They're doing a show. Typically, tickets are $5 or $10, I think, on Fridays.
$5. Friday night fights.
So you can come out. Fun show, all ages, and then they do their big monthly Saturday show. The next one is the first week of December.
December 8th.
So
No Friday show on the week of Thanksgiving coming up though.
So we're taking a week off.
Oh, so
we'll
no
be back.
Black Eye Black Friday show or nothing? I'm trying to be corny.
Nah, next one's November 30th, where I will be taking on
Uh-oh.
JJ Castillo.
Oh,
The boss man himself.
That's gonna be a good one.
Dang.
Oh, you're gonna get package pile driven, and I'm gonna be there for that one.
I would love to see Robert package pile driver you.
That ain't happening. I'm sorry.
Hey, boy, we have fish tonight. Fish fry Fridays. Friday
fry
night fights
Fridays.
for 5. So many F's.
I love it.
Let's go.
I love it. We should.
I can't wait to see that one. That would be a dope one. I might have to come with my own camera, and then we're gonna put it on ASL. I'm gonna do it on my own.
That sounds good. That sounds good.
We might go live for that one.
Some of
putting
the
you on
NOW
blast.
guys will be at the Stoop tonight, so if you want to meet some of your favorite local wrestlers, some of them will be there. I'm sure Colt Daniels will be there if he's not working, so you can always, if you've always wanted a Colt Daniels signed autograph, I'm sure he could be talked into it.
Be talked into. We gotta go.
For sure. All right, so follow us on Facebook. You can follow us on Twitter. I don't think we really do much on Twitter, but check back on Facebook for all of our updates. We got some NOW content coming out soon, and you can always check us out at Friday Night Fights and then their Saturday shows, their Uprising events. For Audio Suplex Live, I am Heel Corey.
BT Jackson.
Big Fish
Big
Rembowski.
Fish.
The Great Lakes Juggernaut.
And
That's
LT.
right. We got LT, and then we got Joe's on the ones and twos. Thanks for listening. We will see you guys in the next couple weeks. Until then, stay classy or something.
Spay and neuter your animals.
Spay and neuter your animals. Yes.
Hey, this is Joe, producer of Audio Suplex Live. We'd like to give a shout out to the band Wax for intro and outro music. Make sure you check them out at the link below.
You've been listening to the Nerd Complex Podcast Network.